getting darker.
When the sky was getting darker.
And Maddie and
Daddy and Mom.
and Nan.
And Nan and Felix and Jono all get into the vehicle.
To drive to Hamilton again.
To drive to Hamilton again.
To catch this mayor again.
To catch this mayor again.
And then as we get there,
and
John was saying, don't get out of this car yet.
And John was saying, don't get out of this car yet.
And then,
oh good, and then,
so you can join the whole crowds even louder. So you can join the pack of whole crowds, including louder.
So you can join the pack of whole crowds, including.
Here we go.
Moms, babies, infants, children, boys, girls, kids, grandmas,
dads,
grandpa, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, brothers, sisters, friends, children,
senior
citizens,
and
African Americans,
and each other. And whole nations and babies.
And whole nations and babies from all around the world.
What's next?
What's next?
Dogs.
Dogs. What's next? Cats.
Packed of Home Depot. Packed of
waiters.
How about garbage and cops and paramedics?
How about garbage, cops, and paramedics?
And a vet.
And
sailors.
All
gather around. All packed around. To Washington and Hamilton. Then when Maddie was talking,
and when Maddie was saying
a bad word.
and Ann said, hey, don't say bad words, it's disgusting.
And then
we
saw one single one.
we saw one single one.
And everyone was wildly
clapping.
And we're chained up in the air.
And they threw their canes up in the air. And they threw their walkers up in the air. And they threw their walking sticks up in the air. And they threw their wheelchairs up in the air. And they threw their glasses up in the air. And they threw their bow ties up in the air. And they threw their scarves up in the air.
And they
threw their aprons up in the air.
And they threw their scissors up in the air.
And they threw their scissors up in the air. And they threw their clippers up in the air.
And they threw their hair
cutters, shavers up in the air.
And they threw their shaving cream.
And they threw their shaving cream up in the air.
And they threw their hair gel.
And they threw their hair gel up in the air.
And they do their...
And they threw their hairsprays up in there.
And they threw their...
And they threw their
hair
hair
dryers.
dryers up in the air.
And they threw their
And
tools up in the air.
And they threw their tools up in the air.
And they threw their flashlight.
And they threw their flashlights up in the air.
And they threw their gloves.
And they threw their gloves up in the air.
And they threw their...
And they threw their
blood pressure.
And they threw their blood pressure machine up in the air. And they threw their first aid kit up in the air. Yay! Free Band-Aids! Woo!
And they threw their shaw.
And they threw their
Shots up in the air.
shots up in the air. Pookie, pookie. Ow, ow, ow.
And then
And then
the second round of the
the second round of applause.
fire.
Fire.
No.
Sparkles.
And then we saw a single, and the giant first finale comes up.
And first we saw a single, then the giant first finale comes up.
And everyone was wild, starts completely wild, and Maddie totally loses it, and she starts completely wild.
And everybody starts to go completely wild. And Maddie totally loses it. And
Wow.
she goes insanely wild. And she's waving her hands up in the air. And she's jumping up in the air. Woo! And Nana cannot contain Maddie from her excitement. Woo!
And they throw
And
throw their canes up in the air.
And they throw their canes up in the air. And they throw their walkers up in the air. And they throw their walking sticks up in the air. And they throw their wheelchairs up in the air. And they throw their glasses up in the air. And they throw their bow ties up in the air. And they throw their scarves up in the air. And they throw their apron up in the air. Woo! And they start to boogie down.
To the lucky sound.
Lucky sound.
And then we saw a tree branch.
And then we saw a tree branch.
But the second and third finale.
But the second and third finale.
But she scares the babies
But
and
she
the
scares
children.
the babies and the children. Oh, Mom, I'm so scared. And the mom tells you, don't be scared. It's just sparklings up in the air. Look at all the pretty colors. And all the kids say, ooh. And all the babies say, goo goo gaga. And the kids say, yay!
And then we saw a fourth and fifth and sixth round of the finale.
And then we saw a fourth and fifth and sixth round of the finale.
So you can see the spaceship, so you can boom in your chest.
So we can see the spaceship and we can feel the boom in our chest. Boom.
And then
And then
the Home Depot grabs the ladders.
the
And
Home
Mayor
Depot
will
grabs the
walk
ladder.
and climb the ladder on top of the roof.
And the mayor climbed the ladder on top of the
And
roof.
hit his microphone. And she plugs and she tells you.
And he plugs his microphone and checks it. Checking. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Hello.
Packed of crowd.
Packs of crowds.
To this, are you ready to catch?
Are you ready to catch me, crowd?
For the biggest finale first, and then catch the mirror.
I'm going to show you the biggest, most ginormous This is the grandest finale ever! And then you're gonna catch me! Woo!
Let the party start.
And let the party start!
So you can. The finale starts.
And the finale starts.
So you can boom in your chest.
So you can boom in your chest. Boom! Boom!
And the whole giant crowd and Maddie totally loses it.
And the whole giant crowd and Maddie totally loses it. Woo! And they throw their hands up in the air. Woo! And they're screaming and shouting and jumping.
First one, the
Yay!
grandparents totally loses it.
And the grandparents totally loses it.
And they
And they throw their canes up in the air. And they throw their walkers up in the air. And they throw their walking sticks up in the air. And they throw their wheelchairs up in the air. And they throw their glasses up in the air. And they throw their bow ties up in the air. And they throw their scarves up in the air. Woo! And they boogie down to the
Lucky sound.
sound. Woo! Woo! Choo-choo! Yay!
and the second one is the
And the second
round
round
is the cow.
is the cops.
That totally loses it.
And they totally lose it. And they throw their flashlights up in the air. And they throw their handcuffs up in the air. And they throw their batons up in the air. And they throw their guns up in the air. And they throw their hats up in the air. Woo!
The
Yay!
third one's the babies totally loses it.
And the third one is the babies totally loses it. And they throw their rattles up in the air. And they throw their binkies up in the air. And they throw their bottles up in the air. And they throw their diapers up in the air. Oh, poopy diapers, gross. And the babies go wild. Cuckoo caca.
And the fourth one is the kids totally loses it.
And the fourth one is the kids totally lose it. And they start running around and doing flips and jumping and running and saying, yay! Woohoo!
And they throw their belt bottoms up in the air.
And they threw
their
their
caps
belt
up in
bottoms
the
up
air.
in the air.
And they threw their bows up in the
And
air.
they threw their caps up in the air. And they threw their bows up in the air. Woo! Yay!
The fifth
Awesome!
one is the dads.
And-
Totally loses it.
And the dads totally loses it. And they throw their pipes up in the air. Yay! And they throw their caps up in the air. And they throw their ties up in the air. And they throw their suspenders up in the air. Woo!
The sixth one is their moms.
And
Totally.
the sixth one is the moms. And they totally loses it. And they throw their aprons up in the air. And they throw their earrings up in the air. And they throw their necklace up in the air. And they throw their wigs up in the air. Woo!
Rings.
Their wigs up in
And
the
they
air.
throw their rings up
And
in the
they throw their rings up in the air. Woo!
And they throw their bracelet.
And they throw their bracelets up in the air. Woo!
Seventh one is the paramedic.
And the seventh one is the paramedics. And they throw their gloves up in the air. And they throw their blood pressure machine up in the air. Ah! And they throw their first aid kit. Then they throw their needles up in the air.
And they threw their first aid kit up in
Ouch,
the
ee, ow, ooh, ah.
And they threw their medical.
They threw their medical equipment up in the air. And they threw their first aid kits up in the air. Yay! Free band
And they threw their medicine up in the air.
And they threw their medicines The mayor flips off the stage.
And then
Sailor
totally loses it.
Watch yourself.
And
then the sailor totally loses it. And he throws his sailor's hat up in the air. And he throws his ship up in the air. And he throws his walking sticks up in the air. And he throws his parrot up in the air. And he throws his patch up in the air. Woo!
The 9th one is the Home Depot.
And the 9th one is the Home Depot. And they throw their aprons up in the air. And they throw their ladders up in the air. And they throw their hammers up in the air. And they throw their screw guns up in the air. And they throw their measuring tapes up in the air. And they throw their levels up in the air. Woo! Yay! Great show! Woohoo!
The 10th one is
And
the Food Delivers.
And the 10th one is the Food Delivers. And they throw their
Pack of foods up in the air.
packs of foods up in the air. And they throw their
Flying pizzas up in the
And
air.
they throw their flying pizzas up in there. Ooh, free pizza! Nom, 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 nom.
And the rich man totally loses it.
And the rich man totally loses it. And he throws his gold up in the air. And he throws his money up in the air. And he throws his suspenders up in the air. And he throws his calculator up in the air. And he throws his phone up in the air.
And they do their
Business cards up in the air. Woo!
And the 11th one
The 11th one
is the mailman.
The mailman totally loses it. And he throws his mail cap in the air.
And they threw their
And they threw the mail and packages up in the air. Woo! Free packages! Woo! Free mail! Yeah!
And Mom tells you so you can open it when we get home.
And Mom tells you so you can open it when we get home.
The 12th one is the
What is the
the senior citizens and Scrooges and spies.
And the senior citizens and Scrooges and spies totally loses it. And they throw their spy binoculars up in the air. And they throw their earpiece microphones up in the air. And they throw their canes up in the air. And they throw their walking sticks up in the air. And they throw their walkers up in the air. And they throw their wheelchairs up in the air. And they throw their bow ties up in the air. And they throw their glasses up in the air. And they throw their scarves up in the air. And they totally loses it and boogie down to the lucky sound. Woo!
And the free military totally loses it.
And the
Free military
free
totally loses it.
military totally loses it. And they throw their uniforms up in the air. And they throw their medals up in the air. And they throw their guns up in the air.
And
And they throw their binoculars up in the air.
and they threw their tapes and knives.
And they threw their canes and knives up in the air. Woo! And they threw their snacks up in the air. Woo! And all of their granola bars. Woo!
And the mayor tells you,
And the mayor tells you,
"Wow,
whoa, what a show! Are you ready to catch me?
yes we are."
Yes, we
And the giant crowd starts to run and getting wild.
And the whole giant crowd starts to run towards the mayor.
And she jumps and raising your hand, and mayor falls down the crowd with your hand.
And the crowd has their arms up in the air. And the mayor flips off this roof.
And there she is.
Crowd.
And there she is.
And there she is. Woo!
And there she is. Lester Holt flips off the stage.
And there she is. Lester Holt flips off the stage. Woo! And the crowd catches him. And the crowd goes wild. Woo! Lester! 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 And Lester totally loses it. And he throws his glasses up in the air. And he's screaming and shouting. Woo! And he starts to dance. And the crowd
And the
starts to
mayor
dance.
caught the mayor. And the mailman caught the mayor.
And the mailman caught the mayor. And the mayor is going wild. Woo! And the mailman is saying, Mayor! 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 Woo!
And the spy caught the mayor.
And the spy caught the mayor. And the mayor is losing it and going insanely wild. Woo! And the spy is yelling, Mayor! 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 Mayor!
And the mayor starts to dance in the parking lot, and the whole crowd starts to dance louder.
And the mayor starts to dance in the parking lot.
And the whole
crowd starts to dance with the mayor. Woo! Mayor! 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 He's got the moves.
and the whole nation caught the mayor and totally loses it.
And the whole nation caught the mayor. And they totally loses it.
And she starts to dance.
And she starts to dance.
So crazy then.
And do the crazy dance. Mayor! 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 Mayor!
And the mailman's caught the mayor and getting wild.
And the mailman caught the mayor. And they're getting wild. Mayor! Mayor! Mayor!
And they threw her.
And they threw the mayor back on the roof. And the mayor flipped back on the roof and said, Whoa! That was awesome! Thank you all for catching me and boogieing down to the Lucky Sound with me!
The whole gigantic crowd caught the mayor.
And the whole gigantic crowd that caught the mayor
With those dancers.
with their dancing. Woo!
And then the booms got stopped.
And then the
whole
booms
crowd
got
starts to
stopped.
clap.
And the whole crowd starts to clap. Woo!